Hey, this is Gilgamesh. I went and saw, I rented this movie off of Amazon called Stream. It's a slasher film, but what's interesting about it is how they go about it. Okay, it's directed by Michael Levy. He wrote it, he produced it with his brother Jason, and he also wrote it with his brother. And it stars David Howard Thornton. In the movie, Damian Lillian does the practical effects. So this has no CGI, it's all practical. And we have David Howard Thornton plays a character just known as Player 2. And you can tell it's him. I mean, they're all wearing masks that have these smiles that made me think of Art the Clown. And yeah, and it stars Jeffrey Combs as Mr. Lockwood. And we have Daniel Harris. Yeah. See, Michael Levy's in it, but he's only in the movie for like at the beginning, and then he's gone for the rest of the movie. And we have Dee Wallace. I love Dee Wallace. The fact that she still does horror movies at her age and everything and still gets acting shows that directors really like working with her. Yeah, it makes sense. She's a class act. And then you have Jeffrey Combs, Tim Curry's in this. And you have Tony Todd. Unfortunately, he passed away. Tim Reed, if you remember WKRP in Cincinnati, that Tim Reed, yeah. And Terry Kaiser, and you got Bill Moseley, and Dave Sheridan, and Daniel Roebuck, and you have Felicia Rose from Sleepaway Camp. Yeah, so, and of course David Howard Thornton, Art the Clown, and so how this movie starts is that Linda Spring, she's vacuuming and all of a sudden vacuum starts working, and then Brad comes in, played by Michael Levy, who's also the director, and he was in Terrifier. Okay, his character comes along and he's calling out to his buddy who's the other, custodian, and he's the bald guy. I think his name's Micah. But he sees his doll, picks it up, and he gets stabbed in the head. This is Mike Levy's character being killed off. Stabbed, and Art the Clown cuts his head off while he's stabbed in the head. So that's how you know that's Michael Levy. In this movie, his brother, Jason Levy, plays Player 1. Yeah, they have numbers, not names. So we have Linda here, Liana, I'm not going to pronounce it. She's Player 3, and I'm trying to find Player 4. I don't see his name up here. But I'm looking for him because, yeah, he's this big, tall guy. Let's see. Let's see if they show him. I don't see. I'm trying to find him. Because, yeah, he's this big, bald-headed, tall guy. Yeah. I don't see him. Let me look. Yeah, I don't see Player 4 on here. I don't see the guy playing Player 4. Oh yeah, Player 1. That's Jason Levy. That's Mike Levy's brother. And then David Howard Thornton, Player 2. You have Leanna as Player 3. Player 4, I can't see his name on here. Yeah. And this whole thing is set up that it's kind of like a game. And that's essentially, this hotel is used as a game where they give out points for killing people. Essentially, these players, there's 4 of them, and their job is to gain points by killing. Okay, and the killings are practical, they're gory, and yeah. And it is messed up. It's fun to watch. It is, like, there are some stupid characters in this movie, typical of the slasher genre, where they make terrible decisions and end up dying. Sorry about that. And then you have characters who actually do well enough to make it to through the movie, because they're kind of like, yeah. And this is the son, Kevin, this is the daughter. And like I said, everybody's really good in this. And of course, you got Danielle Harris. Most people remember from the Halloween films and what was it? A movie she did with Bruce Willis and David Allen Greer. No wait, Damon Wayans. Sorry, Damon Wayans. Fuck, I can't remember the movie. I hate that when I have the movie in my head and I can't remember. Terry Kaiser. You know, he's been in plenty of movies, including Halloween 7. Friday the 13th Part 7, New Blood, where he plays psychologist, and of course Tony Todd. This is before he passed away. But yeah, and Bill Moseley. I'll just say this: the whole scene with Bill Moseley and Terry Kaiser comes. You have to watch all the way through to the credits because there's another scene and you'll hear Tim Curry's voice. You won't see his face. That's why he's known as Lockwood. And yeah, Bill Moseley, yeah, and Terry Kaiser. I mean, yeah, they come at the end of the movie. So you want to sit through, and essentially these people, they're basically there to die. Some people make smart decisions, others make terrible. Jeffrey Combs is great as Mr. Lockwood. He's great in everything he does. Here, he's like sitting in the office pulling the strings on this game, and basically people are getting points. And David Hathorn, you can tell his mime training really comes in great here, and you can tell it's David Hathorn from the way he moves, his mannerisms and everything. And like I said, player 4 is this big, tall guy. Let me look that up because I don't have him right there. But let's see, Steam the movie. Let's go to, because here it is. I can bring the guy up. I'm not gonna. Where's the cast? Okay, we got. Does he even show up? Player 3? No. Where's player? I'm trying to find player 1 because, yeah, he's a huge guy. And I know he's in. See, there's, yeah. Right here. This is the guy who plays player 4, Mark Haynes. Okay, let's look up Mark Haynes. Yeah. This is Mark Haynes. See, this is him. This is a guy who plays player 4 in the game. Yeah. In the movie. Stream. And it is literally like live streaming, kind of, on the deep web and stuff where people pay to, and they get points. These 4 players, that's all you know them as, player 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're there to gain points by killing. And of course, Mr. Lockwood, he's basically there, to, once he locks the place down, and like I said, Michael Levy leaves early in the film. He's basically set up all the cameras and sets up it so he can lock the place down, and basically he leaves. And they start killing people before the game really gets going. And spoiler, they brutally murdered Danielle Harris. Oh my god. We go back to after beginning with Linda Spring, played by Dee Wallstone. She gets captured by somebody wearing a plague doctor mask, and she's tied, to a chair, gagged and everything. Basically, she gets off screen. Brilliant move not to show this. We don't know who it is wearing the plague mask. They pull out a drill, and then we only hear her get killed. We don't see her get murdered. And then we're with Ellen Keenan and her family, Taylor, Kevin and her husband. I'm trying to find the husband. God damn it. I see the kid. I'm looking for the husband because he's not up here. Yeah. Where the hell is he? He must be. Yeah, here it is. Charles Powell. He plays Roy. And basically, the daughter gets in trouble with his son does streaming video games like a lot of people do, and basically his daughter's been brought home by the police because she tried to buy alcohol. She's a teenager. So then they decide to take a trip to this hotel. It's a nice hotel and everything, and there's other people there, and they don't know they're being set up to be killed by player 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yes. And so yeah, and then like I said, there's another person who gets captured. One of the help leaves, and she sees the big guy, player 4, from the distance, put a noose, and then all of a sudden, I think she gets killed off screen. There are kills off screen, and then we get the most gruesome kill right away. Probably, it basically says how much what a great kill and Danielle Harris really gets killed on screen. I mean, her death is quite gruesome, and it's Jason Levy who gets to kill Danielle Harris, and her death, like I said, it's brutally violent. Yeah, she doesn't even know the killer's behind her, and she tries to get away and gets a knife. He throws a knife and hits her in the back. She falls down. He takes this barbed wire. I'm just going to explain the death. It's actually gruesome, and he slices it through her neck. You just see this go through her neck, and she's dead. And her husband and son come back. They're looking for his daughter, who's with them. Another guy, with this guy, they're talking, they're on the roof and everything. He comes back, and Roy finds his wife dead, tells his son not to come in, tells Kevin, stay in the hall. Oh, and Tim Reed is this cop who basically offers to help him. Maybe not, be so, yeah. And so, then all of a sudden, we get then, of course, after a few more deaths, then Jeffrey Mr. Lockwood comes on the intercom and tells everybody, you unwittingly agreed to take part in a game, a live stream game, murder game. Yeah, and we see Felicia Rose, and Daniel Roebuck plays her husband. He's drunk, and their kills are off screen. Don't worry, they only see, yeah. So they did a smart, they made it gruesome at some points, and then they said, no, we're going to sort of do them off screen. It's an entertaining movie. It's worth watching. The kills are gruesome when they want to show them, and otherwise, I don't want to give away the ending or the twist. There's a few surprises. I mean, if you're really not paying attention, you figure out a certain character in the movie. It's entertaining. It's not that long. I think it's like 2 hours long. 2 hours and 10 minutes, but it's not boring. It's actually really good. And yeah, there's a surprise with Roy in the movie. Like, holy shit. Yeah, so I do highly recommend this movie. If you want to see a gory slasher film, stream it. You can rent it on Amazon Prime. And so, yeah, it's worth watching. Good cast, really fun movie. Watch through the credits, and you get another scene that has Bill Moseley, Terry Kaiser, and you hear Tim Curry's voice. Yeah, but this movie's worth watching just for the kills and the acting. Because the acting isn't terrible. It's good for what, these are professional actors, and they do a good job. So, yeah. And so, there you go. This is Gilgamesh. I will talk to you later. Bye.